What's up, guys? Game Nut here, and welcome back to some more Madden 17 Ultimate Team. And in today's episode for you guys, we are going to have a total of 6 new elite players joining our lineup in this episode alone. 6 new upgrades we are going to be getting at positions with elite players. I'm really looking forward to it, so let's jump straight into these new guys that we're getting. So one of them is going to be a limited use player, which is unfortunate that we can only keep him on our team for a certain amount of time, but 5 of these other players we can keep for however long we want, at least for the time being until we get some new elite upgrades that are better at those positions. And I'm sure, as most of you know, a lot of these guys are going to be team hero cards because, one, they're not really all that expensive to complete, and I'm making coins out of doing these as well. But I want to complete Man of the Month at some point, and obviously doing these is the only way to get Man of the Month. So our first upgrade is going to be at the halfback position. Charles Sims III, 85 overall, and I'm sure you're all wondering, what happened to Adrian Peterson? Well, nothing has happened to him. The only reason I'm getting this player right now is just for backup purposes. For one, Adrian Peterson does run out of contracts because that's going to be coming up, fairly soon within the next couple of episodes. And I needed an elite running back to back him up, plus to have him for one Adrian Peterson is gone and off of our team. So that is the reason why we have ourselves Charles Sims. Now, the next position we are going to be upgrading is going to be on the defensive side at free safety. This is going to be, of course, another team hero that is 85 overall. All of the team heroes are going to be 85 overalls, but for free safety from the San Francisco 49ers, we are going to be having Eric Reed joining our team. Going back to when I said we are also getting a limited use player for our team, I know some of this stuff is kind of old. I've had this recorded for a while now. It's just I ended up getting sick, haven't really been up to feeling for recording, so I do apologize for that. But I did end up completing the final gauntlet, which is the defensive one. And once you do complete this, of course, you get yourself another 92 overall player, which is limited use, as I have said, and it is defensive tackle Ndamukong Suh. And this card is looking pretty good, as you're going to see the stats on the back. 74 speed, which is kind of slow, but this year I've heard block shed is very good, which this card, Ndamukong Suh, has 91 block shed, 92 power move. I think this could be very good for, at least the start of having a really good defensive tackle. Now, completing this third and final gauntlet, along with it, you also got those little gold collectibles. Once you add all 3 of those to the set from doing the previous 3 gauntlets, you get yourself an 88 overall gauntlet version of Joe Hayden. And this card is actually not limited use. I know all of the gauntlet players have so far been limited use players, but this Joe Hayden you can actually sell, which it is pretty cheap on the auction house, so we are going to keep him for our team. But he does have some pretty good stats. You're seeing it: 87 speed, end zone coverage, 88 acceleration, and man coverage. Like, this Joe Hayden could be a very solid cornerback, for a good while on our team, because, as I said, he's not limited use, so we get to keep this guy for however long we wish. Now, moving forward, we have 2 final positions to upgrade. These, of course, are not going to be as exciting as the first 4 because we are doing some offensive linemen at this point. The first one is going to be for Joe Barksdale from the San Diego Chargers. Of course, another team hero set, as you're seeing. 85 overall right tackle. And you see the stats on the back of the card. We've got an 89 strength, 84 run block, 89 pass block, and an 83 impact block. Finally got some solid offensive linemen. And then last but not least, the last upgrade we are going to be making is, of course, another team hero set. This one is for the Atlanta Falcons. As I said before, it's going to be another offensive lineman. This one is a left guard, Andy Levitre. You see the stats on the back of him as well: 86 strength, 90 run block, 83 pass block, and an 85 impact block. So not only do we finally have ourselves some elite offensive linemen, and as well as a backup for Adrian Peterson, things are starting to look pretty solid for us now. Now, something else you're also noticing on the offense at wide receiver number 2, we have an 85 overall Antonio Brown. That's just a free card that they added into the game at a certain week, so of course we're going to use that guy. On the defensive side, at middle linebacker number 2, I decided to pick up a gold Deion Buchanan because we did need a backup. We originally only had a silver player there. But also on the defense, man, Ndamukong Suh, Joe Hayden, Eric Reed, we have a bunch of new players joining the team, and just each episode we keep going, our team is looking better and better.
Charles and I set for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup as we get a peek some of the stars in today's game. Well, will they be stars? Will you be a star? We'll find out. Let's play.
So let's jump into our matchup on the day. We are playing home against the New York Jets, and let's see if we can walk out of here with a victory, because we are so far undefeated on this season with a 4-0 record. And I think with all of these new upgraded players that we have, that's definitely going to be possible. And something else you guys did notice, the 3 best players for my opponent, it's the exact same 3 that we have. So that's going to be kind of interesting to see us go against the same 3 players we have on our team. So On a 1st and 15, Mike Daniels comes up with a big sack, making it a 3rd and 25 already.
Gotcha, bitch.
And then the very next play, Joe Hayden, our new player we have added at the cornerback position, comes up with the interception very early in this game for my opponent. And we are starting with some pretty solid field position. So quickly we were brought up to a 3rd down. It was a 3rd and 3. Kamar Aiken was able to come up with the catch and get the 1st down. Later on, another 3rd and 8. I panicked. I threw that out of the end zone. I didn't see anybody open. I thought someone was coming to get me for the sack. That's why I quickly threw that. I probably had a little bit more time. I panicked there. I thought the sack was coming.
Gotcha, bitch.
When on my opponent's next offensive possession, the next play, Joe Hayden is coming up with his 2nd interception already in this game. And I mean, if this dude's just going to come out here and every time the ball is thrown his way, he's going to intercept it, I mean, I'll gladly take it. Everybody should be picking this card up for their defense if he's going to keep making plays like that. So we do have a 3-0 lead because, of course, we took a field goal in the last possession. Here on a 3rd and 11, we pick up 10 yards and are just short of the 1st down. And I am not taking another field goal. I want a touchdown, so we're going for it on 4th and 1. And Adrian Peterson, man, look at this dude go. I should not have had a touchdown right there, but he just destroys the defender. You guys saw that stiff arm and just pushes him off of his body and gets the touchdown. That was an insane play. And you guys know that the story in real life is Adrian Peterson did end up going down with an injury in his last game, and that sucks, man, because it could potentially be season ending. If anything, he would come back at the very end of the season, like if there was maybe playoffs for the Vikings. But for a guy like AP, who's towards the end of his career and is an obvious legend, you never want to see that happen to a guy like him. So
Gotcha, bitch.
obviously, all the best to him. Hopefully he can come back stronger than ever with it, and we can see, a couple more years of the man Adrian Peterson. So back out for my opponent on offense. I mean, this guy is just not making very good reads. He ends up throwing his 3rd interception in this game. That one was to Josh Norman, the free puzzle piece card that we have, which is kind of old. Like I said, I know that this gameplay is a little bit older, but moving forward, my opponent did get the ball back on offense. There's only 15 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. He's, of course, going to try and get a touchdown out of this, and my defense does let up 6 points before we go into the 3rd quarter, which that is not the way that we wanted to end things off after getting 3 interceptions, and we only have a 10-7 lead. I played pretty bad on offense myself. I should be up 21-0 right now. Maybe 7 if he could still get that touchdown, but I was not playing very good on offense. And then here, back out to the 3rd quarter, it was one of these guys, just I don't know how people will figure this stuff out, but they always call these defensive plays where guys are always breaking through my offensive line and getting to my quarterback, and I have absolutely no time in the pocket for my routes to develop. And then it just comes down to this, where my opponent back out on offense now. He's getting an easy touchdown with Adrian Peterson, but, thankfully, he ends up missing his extra point. And the reason that's so important is because now we're only down by a field goal, and we can tie this game if we can actually get down there. But as I was saying, my opponent was getting to my quarterback very quickly. Adrian Peterson, the guy who's just been dominating for us, is not getting absolutely anything going. You just saw the stat line. He has 5 rushes for 3 yards. That's absolutely terrible. And this dude has always been putting in work for us. So on a 2nd and 7, I'm going to try a screenplay. Again, that's getting shut down by my opponent's user, and I was just struggling big time on the offensive side. Here on a 3rd and 9, I have nothing to do but really just throw it up deep, because now every single receiver is covered. And yeah, Antonio Brown unfortunately cannot come down with the pass there. But on 4th and 9, man, I think we're at the point of this game where I have to go for it and see if we can do something. When I end up, it was a dumb mistake there. I obviously saw that. I didn't know what to do. I threw it right at my opponent's user, and he takes it all the way down to the 6-yard line. And things are not looking very bright for us right now, until our defense yet again is bailing us out. I believe that is the 4th turnover now in this game. We have 3 interceptions, 1 fumble recovery, and if we can't get something going on offense and come back and win this game, it's my own fault that I can't do this. So we have the ball. We have a chance to either tie this up with a field goal or take the lead. And finally, we're getting something going on the offensive side. Back-to-back passes to our tight end, Charles Clay. That one right there actually goes for 40 yards. Might have been a touchdown had I not stepped out of bounds. That could come down to bite us. But 3rd and 6 now. It looked like everybody was covered. I just had to dump that off to Kamar Aiken. I didn't see anybody else open. And unfortunately, We only have to take ourselves a field goal and just tie this game up, when we could have taken the lead right there with a touchdown. But you know what? At least it's a field goal. We have the game tied, and we could get the ball back on the offensive side and maybe win this game. And oh boy, I mean, the one thing that we just needed to avoid was something like this happening. My opponent just returns the kickoff all the way down to, what was that, the 15-yard line or something, and now on a 3rd and 3, he's on the 9-yard line, and obviously my opponent, if anything, is going to be able to put up a field goal, but he could go for it on 4th down, like I'm sure as you're seeing he's going to do right here on a 4th and 1 with a quarterback sneak. And are you joking me? Andrew Luck somehow was able to pick up a 1st down right there. I have absolutely no idea how that was a 1st down. He got completely stuffed. I did not see any forward progress on that play. My opponent took the field goal and the lead. We had a chance to come back until our quarterback, Joe Flacco, cannot even hit a wide open Adrian Peterson in the flats. And he ends up throwing an interception, not giving us any chance of being able to come back. And we have taken our first loss on the year, and we now have a 4-1 record. What a rough game, man. I mean, I completely take blame for that. I played horrible in that game, especially on offense. I mean, my defense bailed me out so much. 4 total turnovers or something like that, and I couldn't, do my part on the offense and get touchdowns. I just kept getting field goals. I turned the ball over. I have nobody else to blame except for myself on that game, because I just played absolutely horrendous on the offensive side. But anyways, once again, hopefully all of you guys did enjoy this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and I guess I will catch you all in the next one. Take it easy, guys. Peace out.